There comes a moment in every man's life where the noise gets loud. Opinions, doubt, expectations that were never yours to carry. And in that moment, the world will try to convince you that you are not enough, not ready, not capable, not built for more. Most people accept that lie. They shrink. They settle. They learn how to survive instead of learning how to believe. But belief is not a feeling. It's a decision. And if you don't choose it for yourself, no one will choose it for you. You weren't born confident. You weren't born fearless. You were born empty. Belief was something you had to earn. Every scar, every failure, every time you got back up when quitting felt easier. That's where belief is forged. Yet too many people wait for permission. They wait for approval. They wait for results. They wait for someone to say, "Now you can believe." But belief doesn't come after the win. The win comes after belief. You must believe in yourself before the world has any evidence. That's the hard part. That's why most people never do it. They want proof before commitment, certainty before action. But belief doesn't work like that. Belief is walking into the storm without knowing how far it goes, only knowing you will not turn back. Look at any man who changed his life. He wasn't the strongest at the start. He wasn't the smartest. He wasn't the most supported. He was the one who refused to give up on himself when everything else told him to stop. That's belief. Belief is not loud confidence. It's quiet persistence. It's showing up on days when you feel weak, training when no one is watching, working when results are invisible. Belief is built in private. The lion doesn't roar to convince himself he's dangerous. He knows. And knowing comes from repeated proof. Promises kept. Standards honored. Excuses eliminated. That's how belief grows roots. You lose belief when you break promises to yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and don't, you weaken trust with the man in the mirror. And when trust is gone, belief collapses. That's why discipline matters. Not for aesthetics. Not for applause. For self-respect. Belief is self-respect in motion. You don't believe in yourself because you feel unstoppable. You believe because you've survived being breakable. You've been knocked down before. You've doubted before. You've failed before. And you're still here. That matters. Most people forget that. They focus on what they lack instead of what they've endured. Belief grows when you stop asking, "Am I good enough?" and start asking, "Am I willing to become better?" Because potential means nothing without commitment. The world doesn't care about what you could be. It responds to what you repeatedly do. And belief is built through action. Small actions. Unsexy actions. Daily actions. One workout. One hard conversation. One decision where you choose courage over comfort. Those moments stack. And one day, you wake up different. Not louder. Not arrogant. Just grounded. You stop seeking validation. You stop explaining yourself. You stop shrinking to fit rooms that were never meant to hold you. Because belief gives you posture. It changes how you walk, how you speak, how you respond under pressure. When storms come, and they will, belief keeps you steady. Not because you think you'll win easily, but because you trust yourself to endure. A soldier doesn't believe the battle will be easy. He believes he's trained enough to face it. That's the mindset. You don't need to believe you'll never fail again. You need to believe you won't quit. That no matter how many times you fall, you'll stand back up, a little bruised, a little wiser, but still moving forward. That's real belief. And here's the uncomfortable truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to suddenly see your potential and hand you the life you want. You must choose yourself daily. You must believe in yourself. When the results are slow, when the path is lonely, when the voice in your head tries to sabotage you, especially then, because belief is tested in silence, in early mornings, in late nights, in moments where quitting would make sense. And every time you stay, belief hardens, like steel and fire. You don't become confident by thinking. You become confident by surviving hard things, without abandoning yourself. That's why comfort is dangerous. Comfort keeps you weak. Comfort keeps belief shallow. Pressure builds belief. Responsibility builds belief. Ownership builds belief. The moment you stop blaming and start building, belief accelerates. You stop saying, "They didn't help me." You say, "I'll figure it out." That shift changes everything. Belief is not pretending you're perfect. It's knowing you're unfinished and committing anyway. It's understanding that doubt will visit, but it doesn't get to stay. You acknowledge it. You feel it. Then you act in spite of it. That's strength. That's why belief looks calm under chaos. When others panic, you breathe. When others fold, you adjust. Not because you're fearless, but because you trust yourself to adapt. And the more you prove that trust, the deeper belief goes. Eventually, something clicks. You stop asking the world for permission. You stop waiting for confidence to arrive. You move first, and belief follows. You realize belief was never something you found. It was something you built, brick by brick, decision by decision, rep by rep. And once it's built, no one can take it from you. Not failure, not rejection, not silence. Because belief anchored in action doesn't depend on external approval. It stands alone. So if you're listening to this right now, and you feel unsure, good. That means you're standing at the edge of growth. Believe anyway. Take the step. Do the work. Keep the promise. Not because you feel ready, but because you're tired of doubting yourself. This is where it changes. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I believe in myself no matter what, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end, and you will trust your path and rise with unbreakable confidence.